Is it Kesha? No, it's not Kesha.
Tick tock.
No, give me a second. I gotta pull up teams real quick so I can see which ones they were.
Gonna brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack.
When we leave for the night, we ain't coming.
Okay, you can shut up now.
We're gonna get shut down.
Wow.
Copyright infringement.
Tasha's cauldron of everything.
Welcome to This Week in MTG with your hosts, Matt Olson, JB, and Danny Oakstad.
Hello and welcome, Magic folk, to episode number 92 of This Week in MTG, your aggregate news source for all things Magic the Gathering. We're your hosts. I'm Matt. Over there's Danny.
What's up?
And the boggle that needs a watch, JB, is right there.
I don't need to watch, okay? It was one goddamn time. I had to work late. I had to try to finish the truck on time and fix my bike.
He had to put stickers on that truck.
Yes.
At eye level.
And
above eye
I
level.
even warned you. So
You needed a stool for those stickers.
it's not like I was just like late and nothing and you guys were like, where's JB? Where's he at?
We were worried you crashed for a bit there.
Well, I can't text you while I'm riding the fucking bike.
I know.
Well, if you were skilled, you could.
But it was slow.
Well, yeah, because I stopped at the beer store. Because I didn't want to just assume that Matt had beer again, and then Matt doesn't have beer.
I did have beer.
He didn't have beer.
No, I do. I got Techno and Snake in the fridge. And PBR.
But see, I didn't want to make the same assumption again.
And then I brought 2 4-packs.
Yep. Don't worry. Sooner or later, we'll all be in sync with each other.
Eventually.
And we'll...
Never.
Well, Magic folk, thank you for deciding to join us on this episode. Glad you can make it. Thank you. Let's start off our episode by thanking our amazing patrons who think that our content is worth supporting. Just bonker balls. Y'all are crazy. You know,
They're here for the laughs.
I mean, understandable. I think sometimes we're pretty funny. At the detriment of JB sometimes.
Sometimes, like all the damn time.
I don't know about all the damn time.
You guys are assholes.
It's a long time.
I'm pretty sure, we've all had jabs at each other, me and Danny and stuff. Like,
No, not so much usually. It's aimed at me.
got to aim a little higher there, bud, then.
Yeah, you two do.
Go right over your head then.
Good.
Thank you, Big G, Wade97, Chapman, D Moose, Amew the Fox, Colin, Noah, and Nikki. Figure it's a cool thing to mention.
Did we not hit our...
We haven't hit our 10 yet.
But we want to do that super cool giveaway.
I know.
Tell your friends.
We have a couple more weeks. And right now...
We got to be close, huh?
Yeah, we're going to do... Well, we're at 8. We're going to do the Patreon pitch here then. If you join our Patreon, we have 2 tiers. The first tier is a $3 tier. You get put in a drawing for a monthly drawing for a booster pack. Next month's booster pack is going to be a Modern Horizons 2 booster.
Yay!
You can get entered in. And if we make it to 10, we're going to make it 2 Modern Horizons boosters. Because why not?
Right.
And then our second tier is the $10 tier. At there, you get put in for a monthly drawing for a Magic card for typically Commander that's valued anywhere between $15 to $20. We haven't picked out a card for that yet. We got to discuss that. Figure out a card.
Oh, yeah, we haven't done that yet for this month, have we?
We haven't figured it out. But it'll be a card. We'll let you know by next week. We'll figure that out. So if you feel that our stupid faces are worth throwing money towards to get it entered into a drawing, and your money's not just going to that, it's going for hosting and starting to get other supplies ready for more future things that the podcast is doing. We mentioned the other week home brews and hometown brews as a segment that we're going to start, so I promise you it's not going to beer. We use that out of our pockets.
Correct.
We are alcoholics.
Not sponsored.
Yeah, speak for yourself. Yeah, see, we need to get damn sponsored by Drecker.
If we could get sponsored by Drecker, that'd be pretty dope. Be like, hey, sponsor some schmucks with microphones. But we digress.
Every day.
Before we go to our next thing here, I just wanted to say, again, thank you to everybody else who's just decides to listen. Because of all y'all that are listening, like, it's a big thank you. We've crossed 10,000 listens since the inception of This Week in MTG. So that includes the Rob era as well. But the fact that it's still going to 10,000 total listens, mind-boggling to us, at least to me.
Yeah, it was a little crazy.
Yeah, 10,000 total listens. And I promise you, none of those are my mom. She doesn't know how to use podcasts.
They're all Matt. Just Matt.
Right, Matt's padding our numbers.
Yes. Easy and... No, I'm not. But next people we want to thank is we want to thank our amazing sponsors, J-Dubs, Sports Cards, and Gaming. Well, I'd love to say that we're going to put an ad in here now, but I got to do a new one. So we're just going to do a classic J-Dub ad roll where we just talk about J-Dubs here because the other one is out of date now.
Good.
So go check out J-Dubs Sports Cards and Gaming. They have all of your Magic supplies that you need, sleeves, playmats, cards. They got Modern Horizons 2 products, set boosters, fat packs, draft boosters, collector boosters. They got a bunch of singles. The other Saturday, they were opening up some product, and they opened up a retro foil Titania. That thing's like $250.
Mm-hmm.
Thing is gorgeous. So if you want to be getting any of your Modern Horizon 2 cards, go check out J-Dubs. They have that there for you. And not only do they have Magic product, but they also have sports cards. If sports cards are a thing that you like to do, they have Pokemon, Digimon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Transformers. They're your one-stop shop for all nerd stuff. Go check out J-Dubs. Now, let's give you the breakdown how this episode is going to go for you guys. First up, we're going to go over to the Boggle Desk where we have the Salt Report, which is not going to be very salty this week.
Right. I was going to say, yeah, I wasn't there. So.
It's a lightly seasoned report. And then going to have a BNR update with Danny. After that, have a Blogatog also from Danny. We got some Modern Horizons 2 news, some in-store play for our European listeners, some Magic food, some Secret Lair, and then we're going to jump into the MTG stocks section where we tell you about prices of cards, and oh boy, are things moving around. After that, we have a deck of the week. I don't think we decided which one we're doing yet. There's a couple options that we're going to pick.
We'll see if we get there.
We'll get there.
It's been a big thing. I think we're doing pretty good right now time-wise for starting this. What are we at? Oh, yeah.
45 minutes.
I think we're going to be perfect. I might be able to make it to Deck of the Week, everybody. Let's see. This episode also sponsored by Snoop and the Boys. Moving along to the Boggle Desk.
We're not talking about it.
What the fuck?
It's the JB Salt Report. Well, there's no Salt Report.
At least on JB's end.
Nope.
I was a little salty.
Were you?
Yeah. So I worked till noon, showed up late, got the round one loss. Something that I'm expecting to have happen, for the foreseeable future because my happy-go-lucky ass likes to work on Saturdays, I guess.
Why don't you just start earlier, sir?
I can, but the landfill only opens at a certain time.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, I'm aware. And they're adding more stuff to my route. I had to go back downtown for a dumpster that they forgot that they forgot to write up as on a note and send over. So I'm like already down south, get a message from the office saying, "Yo, we need you to go back downtown for this can." It's like it was supposed to get picked up on Wednesday.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Need I say more? I'm a garbage man to anybody who's
3 days
listening.
later.
Anybody who doesn't know, I'm a garbage man. So 3 days extra trash that didn't get picked up. So
Talk about Salt Report.
Right.
and that's before the games. So my saltiness is it was odd people there. So game one I lost. Game two I played against Teamer Delver. Actually did good against that. Went 1-2 against that. So close to winning the second round. But he had all of the counter spells. Wade can attest to this. He saw that. I was trying to wipe out his board with a Blood Chief's Thirst on it was a Fatal Push on an unleveled up Hex Drinker just before the Pro instance at level 3 with that on the stack. So I Fatal Push it. Has a counter. So then it resolves. I go and try to kill it again with something else. And then it didn't resolve. So then I try to kill again with something else. And then it finally resolves. So I use 2 spells. Then it comes over to my turn. It resolves on the Fatal Push. So then he passes back over to me. And then I Blood Chief's Thirst it, because it's sorcery, not instant, and had a counter for it. So I'm like, okay, fine. And then I had a Extinction Event in hand, cast it, and he had a Force Negation. And I was just out, because that was my only out, just to wipe his board, because I was at 4 life or something like that. I was low enough to where the next crackback was going to get me. Yep. It was a fun match. It was a good match.
Damn.
But damn, he had everything to respond in that third game, which was good. So third game for me, salty about this because I got the bye. Because like I was saying, it was odd numbers. So I got the bye on that, which sucked. Then final round, I played against Tron. And everybody's just salty against Tron.
Right? Because fuck Tron.
So there is your seasoned salt report.
Correct.
So the blah salt report.
Yeah, that was pretty blah, Matt.
I'm sorry. I can't just lift this whole thing on my own. All 3 of us are supposed to be there so we can...
I can't.
I'm sorry. Blame the wife.
Yeah. Same excuse.
Just take it up with her.
Damn it, wife.
Blame the kids.
Okay, so we've got a Modern League 5-0 dump. How much of this do you want to go over?
None of it.
I don't know. It's just a bunch of
It's just a 5-0 dump, so...
Right. And like with the 5-0 dump, it's just like different new Modern Horizons 2 decks. And just like to see like what the tech is going on between all of it. I don't know. However much you want to talk about it, JB.
What the fuck is this?
You're in the lead on this one.
What the fuck is this?
Which one are you looking at?
The first one.
Oh yeah, the Asmorn.
Yeah, what
different.
Jeez.
This is just straight up artifact style Asmor deck here in this 5-0 dump.
Right?
It
Pronounce that, I dare you.
has Academy Manufactor in here, which is super fucking good. With making all these food tokens because
Fucking smugglers copters.
yeah,
Springleaf drums.
3 witches ovens, and it got the 4 Urza Saga to be able to
of course.
to pull out witches oven, Underworld Cookbook, Springleaf Drum. And those are the only targets in here. Yeah, this is interesting because it got Bloodgas, Cauldron Familiar, Oval Chase Daredevil, which like the Asmor decks and the Underworld Cookbook kind of like pair very well with the Oval Chase Daredevil.
It's also got a Sky Sovereign in the sideboard.
I did not see that.
Jeez.
Interesting.
Right?
To those that don't know, Sky Sovereign console flagships 5 colorless for a 6/5 legendary vehicle with flying. When it enters the battlefield or attacks, it deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker an opponent controls and has crew 3. So Asmor can crew that thing. Interesting. It's a Karn Wish board too, is what it looks like. So you're able to pluck that out, no problem.
Pick out whatever you want. Then it looks like we got a Living End deck.
Yeah. This is the Living End deck that's not running a Shardless Agent. It is instead running Violent Outburst and Demonic Dread.
This one's interesting.
You're looking at the other canister list here?
Yeah.
Dude, it's Lantern, baby.
Is it?
New Lantern.
Yeah, it is. I was going to say, holy shit. Because it was the Ancient Stirrings, Inquisition, Thoughtseize, and then all of a sudden Whir. I was like, what? It was throwing me off.
Yeah, dude. Sultai Lantern of Insight deck here.
Haven't seen one of them in a long time. God. The one and only time I played against Lantern Control was at Docks.
Same with me.
A long time ago.
Was it against like that?
It was Anthony.
Oh, I don't know. Not that guy then.
Yep, Anthony was playing it.
There's this other like college kid that was playing it. I remember it very well because he came in and he was drinking like Powerade vodka.
Oh, I remember it because I just got completely
I remember
shut
him.
out.
That was like one of the last times I played at Docks.
Yep. I got shut out hardcore because it was the one time I decided to bring Soul Herder right after I built it, and it was just ghetto as hell, and I just got fist fucked. Like, hardcore.
I think I beat him that night, too.
He was pretty toasty there for
He was lit. Like, he was lit up.
So, funny thing is, that same night, I played a mirror match against another Soul Herder deck that was almost identical to mine. No, I won. But, like, and I let it slide just because I didn't realize, I didn't want to be that guy, and I was just like, part of me was like, what the fuck are you doing? This guy, he was playing the Amonkhet cycling lands, right? The dual lands that come in tapped.
Mm-hmm.
And he cycled it from the battlefield. I'm like, oh my god.
Oh.
I'm
New magic.
I'm like, do I say something? do I not? Like, I'm beating the pants off this guy already. Like, do I just let it go? Like, fuck it, I'll just let it go.
Cheat.
Like,
You cheater.
Oh my god.
You cheater.
Did he really just try to cycle this from the battlefield? Like, that's not how that works.
Such a dilemma.
Oh
That's
my
where
god.
you just tell him, sorry, we can't do that.
Right, it was so bad. I just let him do it because I was beating the crap out of him anyway. Like, it was a straight up fucking 2-0, but like, I was just like, okay, like,
Look at this guy on his high horse.
like, whatever, I guess.
It took him forever to get up there. He's staying up there.
All right,
Whatever chances he can get.
exactly. Ooh, a springleaf drum in that one. Good lord, a lot of artifact shit.
Yeah, dude, this is
Popping up.
just straight up affinity. Affinity's a thing, baby.
Right, it's coming back.
Great.
Oh, here we go. Now we got an Is It deck that came in. Here you go, Danny. Let's see. Anything new in this one? Nope, nothing new.
Which is a deck are we looking at? With the Brazen Borrower, Curator? No, that's not it.
Nope. The next one down, below Affinity. I'm just going in line.
Oh, below Affinity. I missed that one then.
Well, unless Expressive Iteration.
Oh,
No, wait, that's
yeah.
Strixhaven, isn't it?
Yeah, that's Strixhaven.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I mean, nothing
Yeah.
out of MH2, so.
Yeah, this is just straight.
Right.
Why would I want that deck?
Because it's legit.
It's a good deck. I wonder,
I mean, it's solid. Is It Prowess is fucking solid.
you know, this is a question. I don't know if like you have a thought on it, JB, but when it comes to Vapor Snag as a card for an aggressive deck like this, new card from Modern Horizons 2, Suspend, which is single blue, return or suspend target creature with 2 time counters on it, and Void Snare, Vapor Snag, Void Snare, Vapor Snag returns a creature to its owner's hand as the controller loses a life. Is there in any world where you would see Suspend is better than Vapor Snag? Primarily for, you know, like aggressive decks that are just trying to keep the board open. Because this gives you like 2 turns of hits of a creature not coming back. And
Play
You
them
know,
both.
it's like, is the 1 life that Vapor Snag makes your opponent lose, is that more important than just like freeing up 2 potential good hits? Because they can cast whatever creature you
You
Vapor
know-
Snag the next turn.
You know, I guess it depends on what style of deck you're running. I think it just depends on your play style, honestly. Like, you know, if you're more aggressive and trying to, you know, beat down life and you want that life loss in there, you're trying to eke out that extra life loss, then you're going to want to go for that over, you know, the extended Suspend. I feel like the Suspend would be more hard control versus, you know, adding that little bit of aggressive life loss would be, I don't know, maybe more mid-rangey.
Okay.
So what's
And
Suspend's?
that's my take on it.
What's Suspend's mana value?
It's 1.
I was waiting for some kind of reaction out of JB.
Why?
Mana value.
Oh. I mean, it is what it is.
I'd run both.
I mean, honestly, you could. It's like I said, I think it just but if you were trying to choose between the two, I think it just honestly depends on your deck style, like what you want your deck to do.
Well, Suspend's what, a sorcery?
Instant.
It is an instant?
Yeah.
And they're both 1-drops.
They're both 1-drops. This one returns it to hand, and they would be able to cast the next turn.
So-
Suspend gives you 2 turns without the body there.
So with that, I would play probably both.
In like a 2-2 split or
Yeah.
3-1.
Yeah, something like that. Because the Suspend, yeah, I get the fact that.
Okay.
So like for like my play style, obviously I have a lot of low drops.
Right.
That's how I play. I play aggro, extreme aggro, or aggro burn. I would probably play Suspend to make sure that guy's not coming back for two turns, so you have way to clear out the board. The Vapor, what's the Vapor?
Vapor Snag.
Snag. There we go.
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be more of the 1 life works or helps, but I don't know if you're playing red already. You're playing already the lava darts, lightning bolts, all the heavy hitters. So
Another thing that's notable between Vapor Snag and Suspend is like with Vapor Snag, they would have to cast it again. With Suspend, it just puts it into place. So they
they still cast it,
yes,
but they cast it for free, and that's where I was just gonna get to. What's that? A new one out of MH2 now that counters it if nothing was paid,
yes,
or colorless was paid.
yes.
Void
or-
Mirror.
Yes.
Yeah, you got Void Mirror that would counter it.
That's what, so there. If you want to go for that suspend route, you couple that together.
Yeah.
Then you're essentially just, hey, fuck you.
I think I think in that instance, like suspend would be good with like a 3 fairy style blue-white control X deck,
Right.
and then you can have like mainboard void mirror, and because fairy 3 would stop the cast.
Goes along with what I said before, where I feel like suspend is more hard control, where vapor snag is more
Right.
Midfield.
With suspend, it definitely gets better with other cards, but just like it's like pure alone without other cards interacting with. I only ask because I want to like figure out which one might be good for infect.
Oh, Jesus.
Well, obviously you're gonna want to suspend.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like two
Lord.
2 guaranteed turns. What's the good Lord for?
They're trying it. D&D's trying it.
You're looking at
the Cauldron Complete. They're trying it main board.
I was telling you. Did I not tell you? 7 mana is totally worth it. The fact that it comes in as a 5/5, the piece of artifact is indestructible already. Like you're only going to be losing out if they exile the token. And it's like, how often are there things to exile a token?
Skyclave Cleric. What does Skyclave Cleric do again?
Oh yeah, that does.
That one's
4 or less. Permanent 4 or less.
No, Skyclave Cleric, not Skyclave Apparition.
Oh, cleric?
Yes, Skyclave Cleric. That's Zendikar Rising, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 1 and a white for a 1/3. When it enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life. It's an MDFC. In the backside, it's a tapped white source.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out why they want that.
Well, let's see. They're running 22 lands, so with that, that'd be 24 if they're going for the land.
Better Skull.
I don't know. Maybe it's more. It's like having the MDFCs helps assist to be able to re-equip Cauldron in case the germ token does get taken care of.
I mean, maybe prismatic ending.
Now that's just a beast of a card.
That's the blink one, isn't it?
Ooh, prismatic ending is white X converge, exile target non-land permanent if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast the spell. And
max, you're only getting 2.
Right.
In this one, because you're black-white.
There's no way to make a treasure in here, right? Yep. Nope. So yeah.
No.
You're only getting 2. So anything 2 or less.
I mean, I suppose it hits Goyfs. It's not terrible.
Hits Goyfs. Hits Hex Drinkers.
Well, either way, this deck went 5-0. So
right. I mean, I don't know. It's just interesting, I guess. The choices, the way it's evolving, and the fact that Skyclave Apparition is only in the sideboard.
I think it's in place of Solitude. Like if I had to guess, like this is like first or second draft of a deck. Like when it starts to get more refined, you're going to see a lot more like one-ofs of something. Like maybe there will be a one of Skyclave Apparition or 2 of Skyclave Apparition in the main board. But when you see a lot of, I don't know, at least to me, when you see a lot of 4-ofs, this seems like, a rough draft kind of deck that they're running through the ringer to see what makes it tick.
Find the count.
Right.
Oh, look, another Living End deck.
Yeah, dude. Living End has been doing a lot. And this is a Living End and a Crashing Footfalls deck. So this has everything. 4 Crashing Footfalls, 4 Living Ends, 4 As Fortolds, 4 Electrodominance, 4 Force of Negation, 4 Remands, and then it has Brazen Borrowers, Curator of Mysteries, Street Wraith, Stripped Riverwinder, and a Windcall Aven.
Wow. Hey, check this one out. Azorius Stoneblade, but check out the land base.
Okay.
Because they're running that prismatic ending, but look at the land base. They're going in so they can get 5 on Converge.
Yep, with a Ketria Triome and a Ragarin Triome.
And a Watery Grave.
Where's the Watery Grave? There's a Watery Grave, yeah.
Like, that's kind of interesting. In fact, I mean, it's straight up just Azorius Stoneblade, but then you got your land base, so you can capitalize on more than just 2 or less.
Yeah, and they're one of those lands. And you have, your fetches to be able to pluck them out with, Flooded Strand, Polluted Delta. This is interesting. Yeah, no, I dig it and respect it, because then they're able to take out, they could take out a Karn.
Right.
A 4-mana Karn. They can take out a 5 fairy. They can take out a Jace the Mind Sculptor. They can take out Omnath is still in Modern, yeah. Can't hit a Primeval Titan though.
Yep.
Hits a lot of good things. Hits a Kiki
Look,
Jiki.
another Storm deck.
Yeah, all these decks that were mentioned are just 5-0. Oh, so this is a little side note, I guess, maybe with like Storm, But there's something, MTG Rocks, the Facebook website.
Yeah.
Did you see where they were talking about should Squirrel Storm be banned in Pauper? They were asking.
Oh God, I guess I didn't realize that was only common.
It is common.
It didn't click.
Yeah, the thing is it's like an Empty the Warrens. Empty the
Right.
Warrens is banned in Pauper, and now this Chatterstorm, I think, is what the name of the card is called. People are like,
Yeah,
should this
that's
be
the one.
should this be banned in Pauper?
Sure. I don't know.
But
I don't play Popper.
We'll leave that to you, dear listeners.
What's this? Ooh. It's a Soul Herder deck.
Who's the pilot?
It's a Yorion.
No, who's the pilot?
Oh, Logic.
There we go. Okay, we got a Yorion Blink deck.
Mm-hmm. With vials.
I respect that they have 2 Venser Shaper Savants in here.
I've got 2 Ventures in mine. Solitudes, Elite Spellbinders, Glasspool Mimics. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it has all your typical Soul Herder shenaniganery.
Mm-hmm. Some more elves.
What do you think of the Elementals deck? That's been popping up.
The Charging Badger.
Yep,
one?
Charging Badger
Yeah, I was
had a
just looking at
5/0.
that. Yeah.
This one is like the Flamekin Harbinger, and Omnath Resin Reef style decks. And they got the Elemental Incarnations from Modern Horizons 2 in here. Endurance, and that's the only one. In the sideboard, they got another Endurance. And, wow. Oh, and its own Kahira, the Orphan Guard companion deck. That's pretty dope.
Wow. Eldrazi made it.
Are you really surprised?
Right now, yeah.
Tron is still like it's working through this. I don't know how people aren't running, the Obsidian
yes, but
Charm.
Eldrazi though. Eldrazi been a little behind lately
Well, this is so far
compared to the other Trons. That's why I'm surprised that Eldrazi made a 5/0.
So far, this is the only one that we've seen in this whole deck dump right now. So I mean, every blind squirrel finds a nut in a situation like this.
Right. Ooh, Sundering Titan.
This is interesting. This is just a
Blue Tron.
yeah, with 2 Urza Saga, not 4, 2 Urza Saga in the main board. Is there any in the side? Nope. But it got Hurricle's Recall. I wonder if Hurricle's Recall is a way to protect their own board.
More Affinity. Oh, there's your Omnath Bring to Light shenaniganery.
Yep. Valky's Explore, Scape Shift, 30 lands, Teferi, Time Raveler, and Ren 6.
What is this?
Classics.
What is this?
Are you looking at the Black-Red Shadow deck here?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Luris deck.
Yeah,
So you're able to
Bloodbraid Marauder and Dragon's Rage Channeler.
Yep. Dragon's Rage Channeler, new card from Modern Horizons 2. When you cast a non-creature spell, you surveil one. It has Delirium. If there are 4 more card types in your graveyard, it gets +2/+2, has flying, and attacks each combat if able. This thing has 4 enchantments, 2 Seal of Fires, and 2 Seal of Removals. So it's a shock and an unsummon. Then, Mishra's Bauble being a Luris deck, you kind of need that.
Right.
And yeah, you're just like using Dragon Rage Chandler to fill up your graveyard, so that way you can like get Luris shenanigans, but you also have Scourge of the Skyclaves and Death Shadow in here. And Bloodbraid Marauder can hit all of that when you get Delirium off of Blood Rage Chandler or Dragon Rage Chandler.
Mm-hmm.
You cast everything off that, which is super good. God, this is so low to the ground. This is bonkers.
Right. All right. Well, I mean, it is a Luris deck, so of course it's going to be low to the ground. So, enough of the 5/0s. I guess if you want to look through them, it's just a gigantic list.
It's just going to show that so many Modern Horizons cards are making its way into the format,
Mm-hmm.
which is cool to see.
So we had a Modern Challenge go on. And it looks like first place we had CFT Sock 3. I don't know how you're supposed to pronounce that, but okay. You got a cool username, whatever. So looks like we have a really weird, what are we, blinking?
Yeah, it has Ephemerates and 4 Elidomery's Call. That's why all the one-ofs.
Right, that's why I was like, one-ofs. But then I suppose they got, Elidomery's Call. So
Yeah, there's 4 Ewits, 2 Solitudes.
So second place we had another Is a Prowess deck. Forked Bolt. Is it a new one?
Nope.
No, I didn't think so.
That's
I
an
didn't
older
think
one.
that was in MH2, but yeah, I guess I haven't seen that one before.
Interesting choice. I don't know why. Maybe like they're
All right. I don't.
picking off two X1s,
I mean, it worked, I guess.
right? It's one of.
All right. Third place, we have another friggin' supercalifragilisticexpialidocious, whatever the hell you want to call him, dude.
Asmora.
Green black food, or some people like to say food gack or whatever.
Right, whatever you want to call it, I guess. Pithing Needle Main and Shadow Spear Main. I guess that's kind of cool. That's interesting.
I'm guessing the pithing needle is for like Tormod's crypt and stuff like that. You know, it's whether graveyard or like a Karn. No, Karn still nugs them pretty badly.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter on a pithing needle.
Scavenging Ooze in the sideboard. Love that. Fourth place, you got your Heliod Company crap.
Yep.
Ooh, they got 2 Deicides in the sideboard. Must be for the mirror match.
Right. But remember, you can also hit, what's its name?
Clothis.
Clothis.
Yep.
There we go.
Tag Clothis.
You can take Clothis with that.
Fifth place, Hardened Scales.
This deck's made a resurgence thanks to Modern Horizons 2
Yep. Glimmer Wasp.
and Urza Saga
Oh, yep. They do have 4.
and
Four
the
Saga.
Power
Depot.
Depot.
Yep, I was going to say that's the new one, too. Looking at that.
A fun fact here with this. Let's see. Do they got the... They do not, so never mind. I won't mention it.
Good.
Okay. So, sixth place. It's a Yorion pile, but it's kind of all over the place.
This is like, when you
you-
say a pile, like this is what I imagine in my head that a
it's
pile is.
literally a Yorion pile. Like, it's just, I don't know what their, like, focus is. Like, there is really no
It's cards that work together.
focus. It's,
Hodgepodge of cards.
like, you got 4 of Birds of Paradise, 4 of Omnath Locus of Creation, 4 Seasoned Pyromancers, 4 Solitudes, 4 Stoneforges. So it's like, okay, where are you going with this? And then you got 4 chords, some ephemerates, you got a couple equipments, then you got a Scoos, Resto, Magus of the Moons, Kiki Jikis, you got an Eidolon of Rhetoric, like,
This
and then
deck
you got
is
a couple walls, like,
this deck
what
is
are we-
going for everything just to be able to have, I don't know, just to play a good game one, and then in the sideboard, which is surprisingly not that diverse, but
right?
it still has everything that you'd imagine that you need. It got the Tension Spheres, Prismatic Endings, another Eternal Witness, 2 Blood Moons, no Magus of the Moon, but 2 Blood Moons, Traneth Magistrate, and this fucking Spirits.
Kataki.
Yeah. War's Wage. White 1 for a 2/1 legendary spirit. All artifacts have at the beginning of your upkeep sacrifice this artifact unless you pay 1. Holy shit. That's a good thing to be nugging out all those artifacts.
Right.
Interesting. Okay. I'm in on that.
So in seventh place, we've got Primetime.
Classic.
Yep. Just a classic Primetime list.
Urza Sagas to be able to get out your amulets and expedition maps.
Yep.
Well, expedition map gets the saga, but saga gets the expedition map to get another saga.
Right. The cycle just keeps on going. And then eighth place is another crazy Orion pile.
A little more refined, I would say.
A little more, but looks like a Jeskai pile, huh? No. Yes. No.
Make up your
Boros.
mind.
No, they got a glass pool, a single.
Oh, yeah, they do got a glass pool, so yeah, I guess
I mean,
Jeskai-ish.
Yeah, splash for that.
Yep.
So this is running 4 Imperial Recruiters, which gets everything in this deck.
Yep. And then a Magus of the Moon, a Sanctum Prelate, and then it's pretty much got the rest of a, normal mono white D&T package in it.
The sideboard is full of one-ofs as well. Like, they got 3 rest apiece, but everything else is a one-of that you're able to tutor up with Imperial Recruiter. Magus of the Moon, Ariok Champion, Draneth Magistrate, Leonin Relic Warder.
Yep. Good stuff. Okay. So then, upcoming events, we've got League Weekend. I'm assuming that's Pro League.
Yeah, I forgot to put that in there. I just realized as soon as you said League Weekend.
Pro League
Yeah,
Weekend
The MPLs.
is scheduled for July 3rd and 4th. So I'm not watching that because I'm going to be blowing shit up. And then a CFB Pro Showdown is happening this Saturday, the 19th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So if you're a CFB Pro member, try it out. Matt, you should try one of these and let us know how bad you get dick stomped.
Let's see. Is this standard? If it's standard, I might But if it's not, probably not then. Huey Jensen is the end boss. Saturday, sign up. Is a tournament. Subscribers, the tournament itself is single elimination. Make sure you can run. The format is standard.
Do it up.
Yeah, I would do standard. Don't put me up against Brainstorms and Faithless Looting, man. I don't want to. I don't have the cards in Historic to deal with that kind of shit. My Historic collection's stupid.
All right, my Historic collection sucks too.
It's pretty much since, the Mystical Archives come out, it's like, oh, cool. Your cards are now like 3 times worse than what they were before.
Yeah.
And as we'll find out now in a band announcement.
Finally.
Yeah, speaking of Historic.
Yeah.
Let me pull my shit up.
Mystical Archives just pumped a load of powerful things into Historic there, and one has been given the boot.
Yep.
Das Boot.
Yep, this was announced last week on June 9th that Time Warp is now banned in Historic. Took effect on the June 10th. Scratch my hand, fix my shit. That's what happens when these guys take too long.
Sorry, I realized we were taking a while and then I tried to hurry it up.
Yeah, assholes. With Time Warp being banned, when Strixhaven was released, we expect to see significant changes in Historic metagame due to the host of powerful Mystical Archive cards. We were certainly seeing those results now. We are certainly... Anyway, words are hard. In the recent Strixhaven Championship Tournament, 5 of the top 8 and all of the top 4 Historic decks were Jeskai turn decks predominantly featuring Time Warp. In addition to the results of this event, our ladder play data from Historic also shows this to be an extremely powerful deck that is challenging for many other decks to disrupt and boast very few bad matches. Though we often like to see how the metagame adjusts to tournament results like these when the decks involved have play patterns that prevent the opponent from playing the game, and when our data suggests that it lacks a significant number of bad matchups, we favor acting quickly. For these reasons, Time Warp is banned in Historic. More broadly, the Strixhaven Championship Historic metagame was clearly dominated by the blue-red based decks with Izzet Phoenix and Jeskai Control, also proving to be both popular and successful. Much of the discussion has centered on the power of the Mystical Archive Edition, most notably Brainstorm, and the addition of these cards is something we have been monitoring closely. However, when these decks, we see a different pattern than with Jeskai turns. Both decks provide more opportunities for the opposing deck to counter their strategies, and we also see multiple other top-tier decks that show strong records against one or both. Furthermore, neither deck is demonstrating with win rates at the same level as Jeskai turns. Because of this, we do think a wait-and-watch strategy is best here to see how the metagame adapts to the removal of Jeskai turns. We will be monitoring closely to see how the rest of the metagame can adapt, and we are prepared to take further actions soon if we do not see things change moving in a positive direction. End article. Article will be posted below if you want to read it yourself, because words are hard.
Yeah, Brainstorm getting mentioned here. Definitely.
Blue cards should just be banned.
Just remove blue from the color pie.
Just remove blue from the color pie. The game will be fun for everyone.
Right?
People online were talking about that the real problem was Brainstorm and not Time Warp. And Watsy's answer to that here saying it's like, oh, it gives Brainstorms in more decks, and those decks are easily countered by other things. It's like, what's their...
It goes back to the fact that Thassa's Oracle should have been banned years ago when it first wasn't thought of. But no, we're gonna ban every card that this card uses, not ban the actual card that uses the freaking cards.
Well, Thassa's is gone in Historic now.
Finally.
I mean, yeah. Everybody who's
just
been listening to us for a while knows our stance on Thassa's Oracle as a card, and when we talked about it in the band 2 weeks ago now, it's 2 weeks.
Something like
2
that,
weeks.
Yeah, so it's been 2 weeks.
It's one of those things like, okay, well, no, you do, but you don't. We're not crying because we're losing a card. We're just crying because it finally, after how long
Tears
that
of joy.
Yeah.
Yup.
Or tears of heartache that finally getting relief. But no, it's just one of those things like the R&D, they're always 3 or 4 weeks too late on bans.
Are they though?
Try months.
That's why I said 3 to 4 weeks. So this is 1 month.
Oh no,
Like 3 or 4 months.
with the Strixhaven Championship, how they were quick to axe time warp. Like, when it comes to take turn spells, it does suck because it causes non-interactive games, man. Like, you don't want to be the person that's going against all these extra turns while someone's just like Velomachusing, taking all these extra turns, and then just beating you. Because what, Velomachus is a 6/6?
I don't know, but
It's a 6/6.
anytime
the clock
you
is real.
take
4 turns, no blockers in the air. And then with things like any red spell that destroys a creature, and this is in Jeskai, so it's like they have ways to bounce, open up the air, and then they just beat you for the 4 turns. They need to just take 4 turns max, and they win the game. Like, not necessarily even 4, like 2 turns
right.
extra.
Anytime you even just take 1 extra turn, it sets you up
Well, that's the thing.
for everything. Like,
Extra turns, even just 1 extra turn is, again, you are a step ahead of someone else.
Backbreaking. Honestly, I don't think they ever should have made cards where you take an extra turn. Like, I think that was the biggest fuck up
At least in degrees, like what Time Warp is being super cheap, or things like Nexus of Fate that's super recursive. You got Temporal Trespass, which is blue 8 sorcery, take an extra turn with Delve. That thing doesn't see fucking play at all because you can't cheat in it. It's 11 mana, and it's super hard to cheat it in. And like, you got Delve, but no deck is delving it. You don't have in Modern, you don't have the Savor the Moment style decks taking that. And Savor the Moment as an extra turn kind of card is you take an extra turn, but you don't untap your lands. You know, like it's trying to find like a good balance of like restricting of taking that. Like, what's the cost of taking that extra turn? The cost
Minimum of 8 mana.
Right. I mean, at least when they stapled it on one of the Eldrazi, they put that the other person gets to take another turn afterwards.
Well, that's on the promised end.
Right.
But you're not talking Eon's Torn is just you get the extra turn. Only if you cast it, though.
I mean, like, it's like put some downside on it at least. Like, some pretty
Nerf it.
hardcore downside if you're going to do it.
Right.
Like, yeah, the extra turn should be game winner. Like, hey, I just need 1 extra turn. Not, hey, I'm going to take the next 4 turns and then kill you.
Or, I'm going to go play solitaire for the next 20 minutes. Here, go make a sandwich. Come back, take a nap, and fucking,
So what Storm did.
Yeah,
for the longest time.
It's just dumb. It's dumb. Like, I'm gonna go play with myself for 30 minutes. Here you go. Just sit there. Just go take a fucking nap. Like, no. Like,
and honestly, blue should never get extra turns.
Right. But like, I'm also the person that makes you take your whole fucking whatever. Like, I'm not a person that's gonna be like, okay, you're gonna do a thing. Okay, no, I'll just concede. No, I'm like, fuck you. Sit there. Go through all your actions. I'll sit here for 20 minutes. I don't give a shit.
Like blue being controlled should never have extra turns. Never. Like, hey, we're gonna give the most defensive color extra turns.
I don't know what other color would get that though. Like, what other color would?
Red.
Black would be the next to get extra. No, red
no,
is like
green.
the
I would see green.
Extra
That's
turns,
the thing.
Black has Black would take the extra turns. They already have one. The temporal, whatever. It's like 5 black mana. An opponent may pay half their life to counter this spell. Otherwise, you take an extra turn.
Yeah, but like honestly, I could see green getting it versus any other color.
Don't be being on the green side there, bud. It's
red.
It's hyped.
No,
Red
I couldn't see red taking extra.
No, because
For combat. Of course, it's extra turns.
Extra combat.
Yeah, extra combat, yes, but not an extra whole turn. That's not a red thing.
Red is very aggressive. They're dummy berserk.
It should be extra turns.
Take it up with the color pie people.
You
over
know,
at Wizards.
you could get extra turns in your red deck if you splash blue, sir.
I've tried to play blue.
You play blue tonight?
And only because it's your deck. It's not mine.
It's optimized blue.
And what happened?
And actually, that was
What
zombies.
happened?
That's zombies.
Right. No,
that was
yeah.
black that took over your shit.
There's still blue.
Trust me, Danny, I feel your pain. I've tried to build and play control before, and I can't. To save my life, I cannot. I just can't.
One, there's too much money in blue. To be good in blue takes money.
Yeah, the land base, anything with blue is...
It catches a fair price. So
Right.
You have to have money to play blue, or you have to have been playing blue for the last 15 years.
Right.
Like Matt.
Yes. As
never
Matt's just sitting there all silently and quick cracks a
Fine.
beer like
12
"Oh,
years, Matt.
These
Haven't
guys
been
are
playing-
fucking roasting me.
It's not even at 10 yet.
Yeah,
It's
it
almost
is.
at 10. coming up in the I don't know, like September. It's been 10 years since I've been playing Magic because I didn't start playing Magic till I went to college. Holy shit! No,
Yeah, it's been 10 years, Matt.
no, not till September. Yeah, it was like September when I first started playing.
It's been 10 years for me, sir.
It's been over 10 years.
Since you've been playing Magic.
No.
Dude, it's been 12 for us.
Yeah, you guys are old. I get that. I'm younger than you. I don't know if you guys remember this.
Yes.
It's been basically 10 years since college is done.
Mm-hmm.
So, did you guys in the Discord? Did you see that deck list of a Pauper deck?
No.
No, because I don't follow Pauper.
Okay, it's funny. Wade, and I'm just gonna say Akumu just to be safe. We're talking about it. I posted up
Just to be safe. I have no idea. I'm just going to throw this name out just to be safe.
Yeah. I mean,
if you know one, just say the one, not...
I mean, you're not wrong. I suppose we probably should just because of,
yes.
Yeah,
that's why. So Akumu, Wade, and we found this list online, this Pauper list. I was looking at Pauper challenges, and there was this teamer list that looked like Teamer Storm, but as I'm looking at it, I'm like, there's no win condition in this deck. There's no win condition in this deck. So like when you were talking about how you're going to be making them play it out and stuff, this person, the only logical conclusion that we came up to is this person started storming off, and they took third place. This person started storming off, and their opponent conceded before they showed the win con because there was no win con. There was no win con in there. Like they just stormed and all this stuff. And we think that maybe they're supposed to have the Chatterstorm, the green 1 instant make tapped squirrels equal to your storm count. Like we think that's what you're supposed that's what their plan was. But there was nothing. There was nothing in there, and we were looking at this and we were losing our minds for a minute there. And yeah.
I mean,
always make them show. Long story short, make sure they show you the combo.
Always make them show it because there are times where I've had Storm whiff. I've had them whiff. Or you have that card in your hand. You have that silver bullet in your hand. And I'm like, I'm going to make you play this up for fucking 20 minutes. And then right at the end, I'm going to say, ha, fuck you. Like, you always make them play out. Don't just quick concede. Be that person. Make them have it.
It's very true. I'm on that side. I got all day.
Exactly.
But then there's things that come in with like time constraints on like online, like Moto. You got the chess clock, and then you got the rope in arena.
You know what you do in Moto? You hit number 6.
F6?
Nope, just number 6.
Number 6.
Number 6. Yield until the turn's over.
Oh, okay.
That way it like maybe takes a half a second to a second at a time. If that anytime priority gets passed to you off your timer, it's not like you gotta go and click every time, so you're taking it's faster.
Well, it's
you
just
just
like
hit 6 and it
just like arena where you just pass until your turn.
I don't think you can.
You can just auto pass.
It's like a slower than that because it has all the animations. Like you've seen people like going through their combo and then their rope shows up and it's like, oh shit, and the combo's still going.
Yep. But. Yeah, that's the other thing I don't like about arena is the fact that like if you're trying to do a lengthy combo interaction or something like that, or trying to get a bunch of stuff up, it doesn't register that you're still doing things. It's just like, hey, you're taking a while. Like, I'm actively doing shit. Like, let me actively do shit before that damn rope comes up. Fuck, pisses me off.
Watsy, please.
Fix arena.
They won't.
I know they won't.
Danny, do you have any fixes for us in the Blogatog?
No.
You didn't find a Blogatog?
No, I found one. It's
you
not
did?
fixed.
I was gonna say
okay.
I saw something in there.
You just said a fix, and it's like I don't have a fix.
I was trying to make a bad segue there.
Yeah, you were. That was horrible. But because I was lazy, I just chose this one because it's a good card. So from Funny Joe Mama, mainly just for his name. I just realized that now. They asked, why does Urborg make sense in black? Also, lands are technically colorless. So, ... Mark replies back. Sorry, guys, words are hard for me. Corruption is a theme of black. That was kind of a short, lame answer.
I don't get the
no description.
I don't get the last part of also lands are technically colorless. So, like, what does he mean by so?
That's what I'm saying. I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was just more of. I don't know if it was more of a I don't know if the word's right, condescending statement.
Maybe they're just upset that green's getting a fucking land that makes everything forests.
It
But that makes
sense. It does, because, I mean, it makes sense for black because you already have cabal coffers.
No, it's not just for cabal coffers.
But no, I mean, you have a way to, you got your dark rituals, you got your cabal coffers, stuff like that. You've got ways of doubling down on your black. So the Urborg thing makes sense. Green, it makes sense for green too, because you've got how many mana dorks. You've got how many other ways of adding and doubling down on your mana. So it makes sense for green. Next progression, honestly, the next one I could see is maybe red.
I was going to say white.
It'll be a while before white gets anything cool. White's always the last one to get shit.
But flavorfully, I'd say white would be the next one because,
White already has one.
I could see red because
it makes everything a plains. Well, blue already has one because blue has Stormtide Leviathan.
I suppose white doesn't.
It's stapled on a creature though.
Doesn't matter.
That's the thing. It's not. It's not a land.
Yeah,
that
but
does
Stormtide Leviathan can beat ass where Urborg does not beat ass.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Them cheeks get clapped by that colossal whale.
Honestly, following the pattern, I could see red getting one next. Just because red's got a lot of rituals and mana adding and stuff like that.
I don't think they're going to be doing anything. It's just going to be sticking with black and green. Flavorful.
I mean, yeah, honestly, I don't think we'll get any, but if we do, my money's on red.
So anyway, after 45 minutes of shit talking,
right?
We're finally to the news.
Before we jump into the news, let's put a little music break for y'all in there and enjoy. Welcome back, Magic folk. Now, let's give you some of these news quickies here. First up, we have Modern Horizons 2 releases this Thursday in paper, the 17th. With that, Love Your LGS is going to be going on. Love Your LGS is a promotion where if you spend $50 or more on sealed products, you will get a retro-framed Fabled Passage. Check out where your nearest LGS is to get in on this promotion. There's going to be some more Love Your LGS promotions throughout the summer, but as of right now, they have only shown us the Fabled Passage promo that you can get. So,
boo.
If you go and buy a Modern Horizons 2 Fat Pack, you'll get a Fabled Passage with it. Or just any Modern Horizons 2 product of $50 or more.
Boo. Fabled Passage sucks.
It's a good card. Back off, sir.
It is not. It sucks.
I got it in my Modern deck.
I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that.
Why don't you... Dude, you'd be better off running Prismatic Vista.
What am I supposed to be, Mr. Moneybags with this shit?
Yeah.
I'd rather spend $50 and get a free Fabled Passage and spend $50 to just get a Prismatic Vista.
You can get 2 Prismatic Vistas, sir. They're like $23.
There we go.
After taxes, I was like 55.
Exactly. So you can get 2.
I lose the life. I don't want to lose the life.
Why? You lose the life for fetches.
Exactly. I have a lot of fetches. I don't want to keep going up. I'm in my Modern deck. I have 8. That's
yeah, but
8
you got
life.
Maze Mind Tomes, so it's negligible, sir.
Negligible,
so
yes. But
your argument is null and void.
not
So,
necessarily.
Get Prismatic Vistas.
Hey,
Suck it up, Buttercup.
Hey, JB. It's next on the list.
Get good, scrub. So, those in Europe will soon be able to take part in this promotion too, because July 2nd, in-store play returns. The suspension will be lifted for all of Europe, but that doesn't mean LGSs are obligated to run events. So check with your LGS to make sure they're running events.
Well, that's good. So next, MTG-inspired food. We have Lavender Bay from Kotago. Wrote up the recipe for a chef's surprise. The dish is the art from the food token in Modern Horizon 2 that Asmora creates. It's chicken with a crab leg sticking out of it. Link below if you're food literate and want to try making something different for dinner this week.
Danny, I'm sorry. We can no longer abbreviate this name.
Why?
We need to say the whole name.
Nope.
Because people need to know what card we're talking about.
I'm pretty sure they all know what Asmara it does.
No, they don't. Because what if there's another card called Asmora? You don't know.
Oh my god.
I typed it up for a reason, Danny.
Exactly. You didn't read it as typed, sir.
Here, give me a second.
Put it into Google for fucking pronunciation.
Oh, that's smart.
Make Google say it. Be like, fuck off.
So it's Asmara no Mar Decad Instant Caldara. Or Decara.
I want to know what asshole at WotC came up with this fucking name.
The creator of Magic.
God, he's a dick.
Since she...
How to pronounce pronunciation? What the hell are you Googling, sir?
So Asmora is from Beta, I believe it was.
Ooh, see, there was another card.
What?
It was
named Asmora.
It was a gargoyle that had it in the flavor text.
Yep. But she is from the Beta story.
How do I Google, say this word?
How do you Google? You type in Google into Google.
Word pronunciation.
What's
Go out loud.
Is out loud an actual thing?
I believe so.
I mean, it's coming up on your search engine. Google wouldn't lie to you.
There's no website. It's howtopronounce.com, Merriam-Webster.com, thesaurus.com.
You can't type it into Google Translate or some shit or fucking I don't know.
Just would translate speech.
Type it. What if you type it into
text to speech?
Yes.
Text to speech. Google. There we go.
Why are we struggling with this? There's a thing where you just type it in and it reads what you fucking type.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of this new card from MTG's.
Oh my god! Somebody made a video of it already.
Shut up.
How do you pronounce this long name? Asmorano Malika Daistina Kuldakar. Pretty straightforward once you break it down. So let's do this. Asmorano, okay? And then Mardika. It's just all written down and it's pretty straightforward at the end. Daistina Kuldakar. And you do want to insist on that cool syllable here, okay? Because this is a cool name. Asmorano Mardika Daistina Kuldakar, okay? Asmorano Mardika Daistina Kuldakar. It's actually really easy once you know. Asmorano Mardika Daistina Kuldakar. And now you know. Here are more videos on how to pronounce more interesting long words on.
There we know, guys. we now know how to say Asmora.
Asmorano Mardi de Caistina Kuldakar.
Close enough.
We'll get there at some point.
Nope.
We'll get there at some point.
Pretty
folks.
sure 90% of the Magic employees can't say it.
Right.
Finally, in the quickies, we have dates and formats for the next 3 qualifier weekends. These qualifier weekends are events that players can get qualified for the next set championship. The dates are August 9th through 7th. That's going to be a standard format. To get into this one, you have to be in rank between May, June, or July. After that is the qualifier weekend of October 9th through the 10th. That'll be Innistrad, Midnight Haunt, Phantom Sealed. Those who ranked got on the ladder in August get in on this one. And then the final one is October 30th through the 31st. The format is historic. You'll need to have you need to be in ranked on the ladder in September. Details on how to actually get qualified in these will be in the links down below. We've talked about it on the episode before. Get in the ladder, do well on certain events and stuff like the SCG satellites, and you'll be partaking in these. Oh man, Quickie's done. Let's talk about some Secret Lair updates.
Whoop, whoop.
So last week, June 9th, part of Netflix Geeked Week, Wizards and Netflix revealed that they're doing something together for a Secret Lair. There's going to be a Stranger Things crossover that will be in part of the Universes Beyond world. The other week we were talking about how they were planning to do Universes Beyond in Magic-fied Universes Beyond cards in set boosters in the list section at a higher rate. So we were talking about that. Well, this is going to be the first attempt at this plan through Stranger Things. Right now, no cards have been released. More information will be coming out later this month. But we got 2 different arts. One of 11, blood running down her nose and her hands sticking out and, doing her psychic power-y things. And then the other art is...
New art for Thoughtseize.
No, these are going to be... All these cards are going to be mechanically unique to Secret Lair.
Dumb.
And on top of that, they have according to Gavin Verhey on one of his Good Morning Magics, he was talking about they will have strict commander emphasis. Like they're going to be clearly for commander. And the chatter online, to those that don't want to hear about chatter online about this, skip for like the next 15 seconds.
Lie.
Okay. So the chatter online is that there's going to be like MDFC Planeswalker cards. Like people are expecting 11 to be an MDFC Planeswalker in this Secret Lair set.
Why wouldn't you just have all, what is it, 4 kids? 5 kids?
We don't know. There might be more because, again, right now they've only shown us 2 arts.
Yeah.
And it should be like, I think, did they give us a number? They haven't given us how many cards are going to be in here, but typically, they range anywhere from like 5, 4 to 10.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there. So
It is what it is.
honestly, I was expecting more of a conversation on this one, but it is just kind of like, right there, right then and there. We don't have much else to talk about.
It's another fucking Secret Lair. It's WotC selling more fucking fucked up singles for cash grabs. It is what it is. You don't like it, don't fucking buy it.
It's the entire game of Magic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're not wrong. It's a money game.
So fun. I don't know if this is a fun fact, but this was an interesting fact that crossed my mind. I was listening to Mark Rosewater's podcast that he does every Friday. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. He was talking about something with the D&D set specifically.
Okay.
And how it was kind of like last minute change to what it is right now. How it's kind of taken over the core set. So I can't remember the exact words that he used, but it was along the lines of that, where the D&D set for the summer wasn't necessarily supposed to be here for this summer. And because of that, I think that the D&D set was technically supposed to be in the Universes Beyond product, and we were supposed to have another thing in there. It's a thought.
It probably was originally,
It makes sense.
but it's enough for them to incorporate it because it is technically within the same universe. Not universe,
Well,
but it's within the same...
They haven't decided if it's canonical yet to the Magic universe. Remember, they said that they're gonna like see how things go with a Blake Rasmussen Thursday weekly MTG video that they did, a live stream like a month and a half back or whatever. They were talking about it when they first shown some of the D&D cards, and like nothing's canonical yet. It's still fluid. We're trying to I'm paraphrasing, but it wasn't necessarily...
Well, yeah, it's not set within the Magic universe, but it's close enough that it's...
Yeah, but the thing was like, would Planeswalkers be able to like Planeswalk to the D&T in like actual lore? And they're like, they're not sure if that's the case yet. It's not canonical that you can, because they're not sure if the D&D universe is one of the multiverses that Magic can is connected to. So there's that. But because of that, and Mark Rosewater talking about on his podcast, I'll find the one. I got it like saved on my phone. I'll link it below, and then you can listen to it. It's like halfway through when he's talking about it with the D&D set, how it was like it wasn't supposed to be here. It was going to be a core set, but they put D&D instead. I'm like, oh my god, with how everything's going out, must have been D&D was supposed to be part of the Universe Beyond, because with the Lord of the Rings, that's also supposed to be a set, not like the Commander ones from the Warhammer 40K.
Yep.
I mean, it only makes sense that D&D was going to be an actual big set at some point, because with how much crossover they've already done on the D&D side.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Bag of Holding in Magic, so Bag of Holding.
No, I mean just with how many
There's
how many
books.
adventure books they've already
4.
brought out on the D&D side with Magic. So it's only it was only a matter of time until we got a full set on the Magic side of D&D. I mean,
Is the Magic universe, is the Magic D&D books like canonical to the D&D world, like the same with like the Rick and Morty D&D book? Like,
I don't know. I haven't gotten any of them yet. So
from what I read, because I was actually talking to a coworker who's huge into D&D, and we were talking about that earlier. The one, which one was it? Is it Kesha? No, yeah, Kesha. Is it Kesha? No, it's not Kesha.
Tick tock.
No, give me a second. I gotta pull up teams real quick so I can see which ones they were.
Gonna brush my teeth with a bottle of Jack.
When we leave for the night, we ain't coming.
Okay, you can shut up now.
We're gonna get shut down.
Wow.
Copyright infringement.
Tasha's cauldron of everything.
Our clock is tick-tocking.
You guys
You're on a fucking roll, man.
You guys are all idiots.
I like your DMC.
Anyway, back on topic.
I can't help it. I'm just a dinosaur.
Steven. Stop doing this.
No, kick him in the shin.
Can't help it.
Anyway,
your love is my drug.
Shut up.
I love your beard.
Oh my god. So anyways.
being censored.
Anyway.
Censorship.
So Tasha's Cauldron of Everything was Planeswalkers were what you were Planeswalkers. So yeah, you in D&D you were technically the Planeswalker.
Okay. So I mean, they got it lined up to where it can be canonical, you know, the multiverse can be.
I'm being censored.
I tried, JB. Okay, well, I think from there, let's do some finance section for all you magic folk out there.
Cha-ching.
As always, in the finance section, we are going to read an amazing article from MTG Stocks called The Weekly Winners, where they give us 3 to 5 cards that are moving up in price and 3 to 5 cards that are moving down in price that they think is notable for us to, you know, pick up and stuff. From there, let's just jump on into this with the first weekly winner, which is Feasting Troll King. For green, 2, you get a 7/6 Troll Noble with Vigilance and Trample. When it ETBs, if you cast it from your hand, it creates 3 food tokens, and then you sack 3 food tokens, return Feasting Troll King from your graveyard to the battlefield. Activate this only during your turn. This card has jumped up 712% and now is chilling at just under $4, but it has kind of gone up a little more. Average price is about $4.50, but you can find them for just under $4 in the market. For the market price, foils are around $6. Figure that's important as well. The primary reason for this card to have been moving up is because of those Underworld cookbook decks with Asmorana,
Come on, Matt. I thought you had it memorized.
Trying to memorize it, but here it is. So Asmorano, Mardi de Kaista, Istina Kuldakar. So that deck where, you know, you're sacking things, discarding things, making food tokens with Oval Chase Daredevil and the Underworld Cookbook, it leads into being able to get a Feasting Troll King turn 2. This is like the embodiment of the whole troll gack that people are colloquially calling the deck right now. Though even it doesn't do what like Hogak did in power level of putting out an 8/8 on turn 2. Feasting Troll King is a 7/6 that only has like 10 power, and you can put like 16 out on turn 2 with Hogak and shit like that. But it's moving up because that deck is seeing a lot of play, and with paper coming back, people are interested in this deck. Not only in Asmorano, Mardi de Kaista, Tina de Kuldakar. We're getting there. The more I say it, the better I'll get. I promise. Not only with that, but there's like Vengevine decks and Hollow One decks that are it's showing up in, and we're actually going to be talking about one of those cards here in a second. But there is a list called The Rock in Modern that has this Feasting Troll King in the build. It's pretty interesting, not going to lie. But you can definitely check that out in the description down below. Weekly winner number 2, we have Modern Horizon 2 card, Prismatic Ending. White X sorcery, converge, exile target non-land permanent if its mana value is less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast the spell. This card's jumped up 356% and is now at about $4.74. But since Friday, it has dipped back down to about $2.26. So you can find these things for pretty cheap. Foils are expensive. Not expensive. They're a little more pricey. They're $15.31. We've talked about these cards in like Jeskai control decks or any like white base deck like Esper as well, because for 3 mana you're exiling target non-land permanent 3 or less, and with the it was a Jeskai Stoneblade deck where they had the Triomes and the Watery Grave in there just to be able to get to 5 colors for the Prismatic Ending. Doesn't seem that hard of a stretch to do. So white base decks would definitely be down to using it. And because of that, it has been moving up in price. Also in here, they have a list that you can check out where it has, counter spells, Force of Negations, Spell Quellers, Stoneforge Mystics that you can look at if that interests you. I mentioned it earlier, now here it is. Vengevine. Green 2, 4/3 elemental with haste. When you cast a spell, if it's the second creature spell you cast this turn, you may return Vengevine from your graveyard to the battlefield. This is the Vengevine from Rise of the Eldrazi. There's multiple printings of this. There's a Double Masters one, which is cheaper, Ultimate Masters, and then, they got a box topper and a WMCQ promo. Pretty cheap, but market price of this is you can find it for around $13. It has a huge spike up at like 32. Thing jumped up primarily because of Feasting Troll King style decks where you're like casting spells and not the Feasting Troll King as like the key piece, but this is like Hollow One is picking up popularity, and the Feasting Troll King kind of goes in there because of, let me scroll up and look at that name again, because god damn, one of these times as Morano, Marty de Caistina, de Kuldakar. Because of that, it's, making Hollow One, Underworld Cookbook allows you to discard cards, which makes Hollow One cheaper. And then you got cards like Goblin Lore that are making this deck very appealing to people to play in Modern. So, though if you want the cheapest version of Vengevine, you can get the Double Masters one, which is $23, or you can find it for around $19.
Yup. Card Kingdom.
Not a bad deal. One more winner, we have Mariki Ree Barrett. This card has jumped. It had 2 printings, Ice Age, and then Time Spiral, original Time Spiral as a old print. I can't remember the time sheet that they used, the extra sheet with the purple symbol. But this one in question is the Ice Age one. Mariki Ree Barrett is black, blue, white for a 1/1 legendary human. Mariki doesn't untap during your untap step, and then it has tap, gain control of target creature as long as you control Mariki. When Mariki leaves play or becomes untapped, destroy that creature. It can't be regenerated. This card has jumped up 32%, now chilling at $2.65. It's kind of moved up a little more. Foils of this card from the time shifted sheet from original Time Spiral is $100. Market price is about just a little over $3. The Ice Age printing is, it doesn't have a foil, but you can find them for around $5. So Mariki is moving up in price because if you haven't seen or heard last week on the Command Zone's reality gameplay of game nights, they had special guest Post Malone come on with his own Mariki deck. They got the whole list posted below here if you're interested in like copying it card for card if you're interested. It was a very good episode. If you haven't watched it, I'd recommend it. I'll post in the links down below if you haven't seen it yet. But from there, let's talk about some cheap pickups. Before we talk about cheap pickups, I just want to say right here, right now, if anybody's interested in being a co-host that has better table manners than a boggle, we're taking applications.
So I'm looking at the deck price for this deck.
It's insane, isn't it?
It's a fairly cheap deck.
Oh, really?
If you don't have Underground Sea,
all the
or
duels.
Tundra.
Right.
Otherwise, it's an $1,800 deck. But you take away Underground Sea, Scrubland, and Tundra, that's now roughly
$600.
Yeah, it's less than that.
Damn.
So Underground Sea is sitting at $925.
Holy shit.
Scrubland is $400. Tundra is $550.
Damn, son.
So you're looking at that's
a lot.
12 or $13.25 plus another $550. So that's another. Yeah, you take those 3 away, it's basically down to $100 or just over $100.
Can't be.
Actually, it was about like $200.
Yeah, I was about to say. There's a Mana Drain in here still, and a Sensei's Divining Top, and a Smothering Tithe, Rhystic Study.
But it's like, hey, those get rid of those 3 lands, the price goes down tremendously.
Drastically, yeah.
Yeah, Seal Flippers, you and Post Malone have the same taste in Commanders there.
So anyway, on to the cheapos. So first up, we have Branching Evolution out of Jumpstart, sitting at $15.97, and it's trending down So if you like to put a bunch of counters on stuff, keep an eye on this. Pick it up when it's cheap. And then a card we mentioned before, which, Matt, is only a 5/5. It's not a 6/6.
Yep. I knew it was 7. I thought 7 mana to cast, but I thought it was a 6/6 because that was only 5/5. So still 4 turns, 4 hits. Like if they haven't done anything to hurt themselves with,
Well, and yeah, it's flying, vigilance, and haste.
the thing hurts.
It's a big old beater. Villamachus Lorehold from Strixhaven, sitting at $5, and that's also trending down slowly. So, and then last but not least, we got Pact of Negation. It's the Time Spiral Mastered reprint, sitting at $15.15, and that one's trending down as well.
I think we talked about this one like a couple months ago. It showed up in the
it's popped up a couple times. Yeah,
this thing's moving down. This is a card that people like, Commander or Modern. They want this. Keep your eyes out. Or if you're a believer of this card to move down even further, you can go check out the amazing tcgsniper.com. Set up an account, put an alert to get notified if this card goes to $10. Or set an alert to get notified if this card moves back up to $20. Let's say you have like 30 of these things and you want to start to profit on them.
Damn, if you got 30 of these things, man, you don't care about money anyway because you've obviously got it.
You like your wallet to get hurt. That's exactly what that means. But if you go over there, TCG Sniper is an amazing website where you can enter in cards, set a desired price of it moving up or down. You get notified on that. You get sent a link, a notification. You click the link and you buy the card, or you start selling the card at whatever notification that you set, and you're going to be a happy Magic player because of that. It's a really great tool to use if you're more financially savvy with your Magic cards. Highly recommended. Not only do they do cards, but they also do sealed product and stuff because it's all through TCG Player, where the links that you enter in are through. If you go over and set up an account, mention that the guys over at This Week in MTG sent you, and you will get 3 months free of their Plus program. Highly recommend it. It's worth the 3 months free. Like, if you put the time and effort into it, you're going to see some returns on that. And especially with everything shifting around so much because of Modern Horizons 2, I think it's totally going to be worth it. Head over there. Let them know we sent you. Get 3 months free. If you don't like it, you just cancel it and be like, wasn't worth it, but you get 3 months free of this. A couple things I want to mention here as well, since it's kind of like the finance section as well. Could have put this in the news, but I figured that these are going to be quick enough to where we can just mention them right here. First up, we have Channel Fireball is doing a 20% off sealed product sale called Booster Box Blowout. There's no end date to this, but you get 20% off on like every booster box. They have Strixhaven set booster boxes for $94.99. They have Commander Legends for $104.99. They're sold out of Time Spiral Remastered, which typically would sell at $250, but they're selling for $209.99. But again, those sold out.
Damn, son.
But you can also get elite trainer boxes of Pokemon if that's like your jam. You can get some Monarch boxes as well. They got the Monarch First Edition booster box of Flesh and Blood for $319.99, which is about $30 cheaper because typically they sell for like $350. So if you're interested on that, links below. And another saving weekly sale going on, Star City Games is having a 10% off all Magic promotional singles. So these would be, your Secret Lairs or your pre-release stamped cards, a 10% off on all of them. Yeah, dude, they got an Abrupt Decay WMC qualifier for $35. A whole list of cards. Links below for this as well. Totally worth checking out. And with that, I'm looking at the time right now. I would say, because of that, we're going to have to call it a night.
Called it.
Damn.
If you guys wouldn't have begun a rant because of the SALT report and the 5-0 list, we would have been fine.
The SALT report was quick. There was only like 5 minutes for that. It was the talking about the challenge decks.
Yeah, it was the 5-0 dumps.
There's just so many good cards and decks that are coming out from Modern Horizons 2, man.
Yup.
Should we just quickly mention?
I need my one card.
Should we just quickly mention the Squirrel
2.
Twin?
Sure.
Because it's a fun looking deck and it's Modern Horizons 2. It didn't put up any 5-0 deck dump results, but
No.
But Danny, this is like a U card.
No.
We have Squirrel Twin, a list posted up on Moxfield from
Alond.
from
LLAUAND.
a new list where it has the primary thing in here. It's so with Modern Horizons 2, there's a card called Scurry Oak for green 2/1/2 tree folk, has evolve. So when a creature enters the battlefield under your control, if the creature has greater power or toughness than this one, you put a +1/+1 counter on it. So whenever one or more +1 counters are put onto Scurry Oak, you create a 1/1 green squirrel creature token. And so the combo with this is with Ivy Lane Denizen. Green 3/2/3 Elf Warrior. When another green creature enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. So this is called Squirrel Twin. And to those that have been in Modern, or have played Modern for a while, they know like Twin. When you hear Twin, you think of Splinter Twin. And there's an infinite combo with Splinter Twin and Pestermite or Deceiver Exarch that you can use. But this kind of like mimics that. When you have Scurry Oak on the battlefield on turn 3, turn 4, you cast Ivy Lane Denizen, trigger the evolve on Scurry Oak, put a +1/+1 counter on it, make a green squirrel creature token. That green squirrel creature token enters the battlefield, triggers Ivy Lane Denizen, and puts a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. You do that to Scurry Oak. Scurry Oak gets a +1/+1 counter on it. You make a squirrel. Ivy Lane Denizen triggers, and you put a +1 counter, and it goes on, and you just keep making squirrels. And the cool thing is, it's a May with Scurry Oak. You may create a 1/1 green creature token. So you can make like this big, wide-ass board of squirrels and a really big Scurry Oak. And dink stomp.
I got a better one. It's my Soul Sister deck that I'm hopefully finishing off once Modern Horizons 2 is released.
Okay.
It's with Herd Baloth. Herd Baloth is what is he, a 5-drop green 3 for a, what is it? Let me pull up my Mox Field real quick.
Okay. While you do that, a couple of the cards in here to help ramp you up in there. There's 3 Elvish Mystics. There are 4 Elvish Mystic is a green 1/1, tap to add green to your mana pool. 4 Elvish Visionaries, green 1 for a 1/1 Elf Shaman. When it enters, draw a card. A single E-Witness, green 1, 2/1 Human Shaman, enters the battlefield. Return target card from your graveyard to the battlefield. There are 4 Llanowar Elves, green 1/1, tap, make a green. 4 Wall of Blossoms, 4 Wall of Roots. Wall of Roots is a defender where you put a neg1 counter on it and you get green. Activate this only once each turn. Wall of Blossoms is a 0/4 2-mana plant wall. When it ETBs, draw a card.
So Herd Baloth is green 3 for beasts with a 4/4. Whenever one or more 1/1 counters are put on Herd Baloth, you may create a 4/4 green beast creature token. Okay, you have that with the Soul Sister and Heliod. Infinite life, infinite counters, infinite creatures.
Infinite bigs. 4/4s are definitely bigger than a 1/1 squirrel.
Yep. And this is infinite until you choose not to put the 1/1 counter on Baloth.
Right.
So, yeah.
That's a good fucking thing that you got going.
That's turn 5.
This is turn 4, or
Yeah.
even faster.
Well,
I'm
sure
two cards.
Well, so is this.
You need a Soul Sister, the Baloth, and Heliod out.
Yeah, it's 3. But
And this is just 2 that just function off
yeah.
themselves. So that makes this a little faster. Also in the deck, there are 4 Eldritch Evolutions, 4 Primal Command, and 4 Chord of Calling. They allow you to tutor up your creatures and just to make sure to get the Scurry Oak Ivy Lane Denizen combo going. And then there's 21 Forests. This deck is super budget too. Like straight up budget, and everybody knows how Splinter Twin back in the day was. The only thing that I would say is you'd have to figure out a way to give those squirrels haste or your tree trample at like any kind of instance here.
You'd have to run Shadow Spear. Equipped it, but that's also...
Yeah, it takes you off there a little bit.
Yep.
Is there like any free spell that gives something trample?
Not for free.
Scryfall.
Oh yeah. Trusty Scryfall. We'll do a quick Scryfall search and then we'll close off this episode. Show me the Scryfall. Come on.
Use your phone.
I have to at this point. Jesus. All right. We're going to look at my phone here. Doing it live on my phone. because thank God my computer is being slow, but the stream is still running. Knock on wood. There we go. Oracle.
I'm gonna laugh if Audacity hasn't been recording this whole time.
Don't say that. We've been recording. Thank goodness.
Oh shit! I forgot to hit record.
See ya.
Bye.
Toodles.
Let's see. So creature gains trample. And then we're going to go to
Color green.
modern. Colors equal to green.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you don't have trample. Or, well, can't remember if there's an instance.
There we go. Charge through, that's a green. I mean, you can go like turn 1 elf, turn 2 another elf, and then you have an extra green up, then target creature gains trample till end of turn. That'd be good.
Are there any cards that allow... well, okay. I know there's cards out there. But what CMCs are they? That creatures with +1/+1 counters get trample.
Ooh, yeah, there's a Bailiff that does that from Gatecrash. There's a card. Timeout. Scryfall's having a hard time doing things.
Stupid Scryfall.
Dang it, Scryfall. We're overloading the systems. Creatures. Typing it on the phone here. Creatures with counter gains trample. Let's see if that shows up. Nope. Well, there are those cards out there that do that. Oh, we're reconnecting right now as well, too. Dang it. Well, Magic Folk. There we go. We just lost it. Magic Folk, thank you so much for making it to the end of this episode. We were so close to getting done at a reasonable time, and then we decided just to go a little bit further because we're really good at that.
And we just fucked it all up.
Yep. You're all legendary for making it to the end of episode number 92. You can follow us on all places where better podcasts are found, like Spotify, Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, Play. We record the podcast live every Monday night on YouTube and Twitch, so go subscribe, follow on those platforms so you get notified when we go live or when we drop our newest episode. You can find us a lot of different places around the internet, and we got all those different places wrapped up in one tidy little link. Our Linktree account has our Facebook, our Twitter, our Discord, Patreon, Moxfield, all of that jazz. And the link is linktr.ee/thisweekinmtg. The links will be down in the description below, so you can just click on that link and it'll take you there right away. But again, that link is linktr.ee/thisweekinmtg. Another thank you to our lovely patrons who are so fucking crazy for let's just give these dummies some money. Thank you so much. Your guys are helping evolve this podcast, making it better. We're doing things. We have plans soon. Hopefully I don't know. I feel like we say this all the time. Some things will happen. Ooh, gonna plug this now. We're gonna be doing a box opening hopefully this week. Get some time. It's a set booster box of Modern Horizons 2, generously donated to us by J-Dubs Sports Cards and Gaming. And because of that, when we do that, I bought a pre-release kit of Modern Horizons 2 that we're going to do a giveaway for.
Nice.
So keep an ear on all the socials when we start posting up when that's happening, and you can win a Modern Horizons 2 pre-release pack.
They aren't cheap.
No, they're not.
And let's see. Thank you, J-Dub Sports Cards and Gaming, for being an amazing sponsor, for giving us a box to be able to do these kinds of things. And if you guys have nothing else to say, we will catch you all next week then.
See ya.
Bye.
Them cheeks get clapped by that colossal whale.